Welcome back. Let's start with Nvidia. Now just a gigantic combine harvester sucking in money left, right and centre and splitting itself into more bits for the fun to continue. How can anything possibly go wrong? So 10-for-1 split tonight after the close.
Yeah, I saw.
And it's going to rally.
What is the word they use? You used it last week. Ginseng, whatever.
Jensen Wang?
Yeah, no.
Wang.
Yes, but now there's an effect. They're naming after his name. Like the Jensenity, that's the word. Because he was signing someone's boob at the in Taiwan, which is pretty exceptional.
He's a rock hero and he wears... You got to follow his style. He's got those crocodile I don't know what they are. Those leather jackets.
Yeah, it just tells you where we are in the markets. And I mean, while everyone is distracted by Nvidia, we're already working on the next thing. So we're pretty happy with that.
But you know what's interesting? You've got those who've got Nvidia and those who haven't got Nvidia. Those who've got Nvidia wanted to go higher. Those who haven't got wanted to collapse, you know.
Well, they can both have, because on Monday morning it's going to collapse 90% and it'll go higher. Hold on, but I want to go back. You buried the lead. You've already found the next thing. What's the next thing?
Man, I mean, the biggest issue, if you look around anywhere in the world, is internet security. Doesn't matter whether it's a software, whether it's your cloud, whether it's your website. So it doesn't matter whether you built it using an APK or harder coding or whatever. Security is going to be the next big thing, and that's what we're working on. We're seeing where the opportunities are going to be for.
Companies haven't done well here. I mean, they've been under quite a bit of pressure.
Internet security companies.
And then you've got Discovery. Where you've got which is not even cybersecurity.
But that's social engineering. It is cybersecurity. Social engineering.
But that's not Discovery going wrong. What happens there is because of the leaks that we have had, including from credit bureaus, is that, and I've worked in call centres before, I've operated call centres. You've got 3 security questions, client has to get 2 right. If I've got your credit profile, I'm going to get 2 right.
Yeah. So and if you're a public person thingy, it's very easy to actually get into a lot of your accounts.
Also true.
Yeah. So be careful what you put out there, including your birthdays on Facebook, you old people.
I'm not on Facebook.
You still use Facebook.
Don't you old people
Just be careful what you share online in general.
Actually, just go offline and live in a cave. Let's go all live in Durban and surf.
Have clean operational security, OPSEC as they call it.
But then to the point is that the breach comes somewhere else. I mean, it comes via
not to have any money. Then you've got nothing
then you don't have to worry about anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. This is the craziest thing.
Full reductionism.
But anyway, the security, that's where it's at.
Okay, security.
There's a lot of players in the space. You just have to find the right ones.
Okay. Back home we have capital appreciation. Okay, so what it makes in a year is less than what Nvidia makes a day, but we shall celebrate its growth nonetheless.
We had a really great second half of the year, and we are fantastically proud that over a short period of time of 7 years, we went from 0 revenue to over 1.1 billion rand. The reasons for that are that the sectors in which we participate have an organic growth and a secular trend which is driving demand for digital payments and driving the demand for technology solutions to everyday business problems, whether it's cloud computing or security or digital channels, the deployment of artificial intelligence solutions, and those are areas where we are particularly strong.
So if he said those exact same words and his company was listed in the New York Stock Exchange, it'll be very different. But unfortunately in South Africa, I checked the share price on the day, it was up 4%, then went down, and then it was like flat. I was so sad. It was like, because they're doing everything right.
But I think they had some hiccups along the way, and if you look, the earnings are just coming right now. So these are little...
They didn't have hiccups. Actually, one of the companies that has done exceptionally well.
No, they had GovChat, which was a disaster, not their fault.
Yeah.
Their software is struggling because corporate, not struggling, but corporates are slow to spend. But their terminals is booming. Amsterdam was poor, but they're a good little business.
It is a good little business.
And they make $1 billion a year, which is
I always look at the share price because good little businesses can rocket. And this good little business just went sideways. And I said, okay, why? If to Bright's point, why? You know, why is the market not responding to what Bradley said there?
But is that not just part of the general market malaise in South Africa? That and it's linked to the coalition talks we're now in. We just want some certainty. We want a bit of political certainty, and then we can get going with the project of South Africa.
I don't know if political certainty does help retail investors, because South Africa is mostly a retail investor market, and these small caps, it's people like us who are interested in, not big corporates like Coronation.
Coronation's never, because they would buy all of it.
They're not interested in that. Exactly.
Too small for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, then there's REIT. You're not sure whether to pop the champagne in celebration or misery, given yet another rights issue on the way.
How do they manage to keep getting money? On the basis of what of their assets.
Investments is the underwriter.
They have Christo Visa.
Yes, that's why.
Why would Christo Visa give them money?
Because it doesn't know what to do with his money.
You know,
I don't know.
I think this is the Ananda crowd, or it's got to be one of those crowds, you know, where you look after your brothers or something. Because they just keep raising money, you know. And I say on New Look. Hello?
No, have you seen
Virgin Active?
Have you seen what they're valuing Virgin Active at? If Virgin Active was worth that, they could sell that tomorrow and actually make back all the money. But
they
I don't think
sell it for that price.
No, but I
can
think the
value
market
it
doesn't
anything.
buy that valuation.
I can value anything at anything. Does someone buy it? But David, you'll remember back in the day when Brait was a proper little operation 20 odd years ago, and a really, really good investment, and then they changed their philosophy and it all just came.
Well, they changed their philosophy and they bought New Look. I mean, you know, those were two sort of.
They bought also a whole lot of other rubbish.
Decisions.
Yeah.
I mean, you've never seen money lose. I think Tiger Brands is probably the only company that I've seen lose money faster than Brait. You remember when they went into Nigeria and I think 2 billion just vanished?
They got it back.
You know, a fund manager came into this studio and said, I think someone asked them, so which type of people buy Brait? You know, what type of investor? Says the ones that want to make money. That was the high of Brait. It was, I forgot the share price, but that was the high.
$140.
Yeah, that was the high of Brait.
And 3 rights issues.
So had you bought it then, you lost a lot of money.
Vukile, on the other hand, has quite a lot of cash in its account. Thank you very much, but it's not going to do anything stupid.
We sort of felt it was a very good entry point. The time in the cycle was right to get in. We liked the size of the deal and that it wasn't too big. Nice platform, something we potentially could grow. Unfortunately, I can't go into the details around what we were not able to reach agreement on. Unfortunately, we just couldn't find one another. We tried. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you know, if the deal doesn't make sense, we're very comfortable to walk away from it. And we had to do so. But it would have been a very good entry point for us into the UK. Had we been able to get in on our terms and conditions. That wasn't the case, and therefore we walked away.
So this is David Shapiro's favorite little REIT.
It's a good little business.
Wait, but he doesn't like it that much anymore because he didn't invest at the beginning. He didn't make any money out of it. So
Vukile.
You.
It's good business. He's a good operator.
No, it is. I mean, they're Spain.
Late to the party now.
Yeah, I know. It's a REIT. You can still keep buying it, get a nice return.
Yeah, no, and it's, I mean, the Spain's doing well. South Africa, they've really got themselves that little niche of rural and township malls, and it works.
And a bit of residential.
He's a smart.
They unbundled the residential. Yeah.
And you did an interview with Lawrence Sinchi this week,
Yeah.
and he said some of the best deals are the ones that you never see. In other words,
they
the ones
walk away.
that they've walked away from.
Yeah, so I mean, that's just, although he said an interesting thing. He said, at the higher interest rates, the valuations don't make sense. And then someone on Twitter chirped and said, but hang on, what about their own valuations? Because they've got a 41% loan to value, and But
I want to say that person's name on Twitter, but I don't think it's TV worthy. That person seems to know a lot about property.
their name's not TV worthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It starts with an H and rhymes with pony.
Okay. Well, moving swiftly in terms of results, 91 didn't exactly blow the lights out, and the Fashini Group is blowing through records. No clip. 91, I mean, I suppose the big story is 3 trillion. 3 trillion.
Yeah.
Makes them bigger than PRC.
Yeah, but
been tough.
it's a reduction in assets
I
under
know.
management.
I was just saying the other night, it's tough. It's been very tough for asset managers. You can't keep growing in markets that are not going anywhere or where people haven't got money. They will do okay. You know, there's nothing to worry about there. I think it's a very good, as we've seen with Coronation, as we know with our own businesses. You know, people are not knocking the door throwing money at us. You know, we've got to go out there and grab and try and steal from somebody else, you know. So it's a one-size cake, you know, and you just got to keep trying to eat somebody else's slice, yeah.
As far as TFG is concerned, they came out with the results today, and everything was record earnings, but it wasn't record growth. So it's, I mean, you know, which is a way of flattering
A record
the results.
is a record. Take the record and run with it, okay? If it's the first time making those revenues, that's a record.
Okay.
They're okay. They're a good business.
Actually, they upped the dividend considerably.
But they're in a once again, retailers can only steal from somebody else. You know, they can only steal market share, as we're seeing with ShopRite. You know.
Well, in terms of comings and not goings, Vestact has snaffled former SARB governor, deputy governor, Kuben Naidu for its transactional and payments business, while RCL is letting its chicken flock loose on the JSE. Which excites you more?
I just want to, for the record, I think SARB governors should not be going to banks. I don't care about 6 months gardening leave. It should be 5 years gardening leave. There should be a sense of proprietary. We had it. Who was the one you went to?
Daniel Mnele.
And
We went to Ellen Gray. Yeah.
and then there was someone back in 2017ish who went to ABSA. I don't like this.
No, I feel if someone is skilled and is needed where he can maximize his earnings, he should go there.
Yeah, but 5 years gardening.
No.
No.
Why 5 years?
What you gonna
Why are
learn
you
in 5 years?
Hitlering their movements?
Take
No ways.
surfing lessons.
No. I think
You
I'm
go
voted down.
the inside to the SARB, you know, you can kind of
no. If you are inside,
that's-
you're fine, but you don't have insights once you leave. That's the important part. You might know how the model works, but you don't know what's happening tomorrow.
Okay. Well, and finally, were it not for their bravery, we may all be speaking German now, so thank your lucky stars. But one of the quickest aspects of the Normandy D-Day commemorations this time around was the fact that British paratroopers who parachuted into the historic D-Day drop zone to recreate the airborne part of the battle had to go through French customs and passport control upon landing. In this case, a desk with a passport scanner and 2 laptop computers. Yes, the English just took both feet and shot them off and Brexit. And I bet the French really enjoyed that.
Story. That's
One for the records. And we shall leave it there. David Bright, thanks for joining us. Have a good evening and a great weekend.